What is up, and I welcome each and every one of you back to a brand new video. I hope you're all having fantastic days. Before we get started, like, comment, subscribe. Did I tell you guys to subscribe? Because that is something you should definitely be doing. And we are here. We are at the top 10, the final part of this Civilization Sinks ranking all civilizations. I got a few more things I want to do after this. Maybe some, just got some different things in the pipeline. So definitely subscribe if you want to stay tuned for the future projects I have coming up. I think they're going to be pretty nice. Number 10, we have the man himself, Genghis Khan of Mongolia. All cavalry class units gain 3 combat strength, and they can steal enemy cavalry class units. This is an incredible ability, maybe even one of the best in the entire game. The combat strength is nice as is, but the chance to capture enemy cavalry units makes it so that you can swell your own numbers while at the same time reducing the enemies, and they are a perfect counter against somebody like Tamiris, who has really her weak horse archer type things that have to get into melee range to attack. You can easily take 4 or 5 of those unique units for yourself, and maybe even a couple horsemen while you're at it. The Orto is great because you have double combat strength for diplomatic visibility, plus trading posts give an extra level of diplomatic visibility, which is insane. So if you're like 1 level ahead of the opponent, you will have 6 extra combat strength, plus the 3 you have from your unique ability gives you a potential 9 extra combat strength. And the Ordo is just an incredible ability, giving you movement speed and giving you extra combat experience for your cavalry units, not to mention the increased resource stockpile. The Keshig is below average in my opinion. They're ranged cavalry units, so they're decent. Escorting civilian and support units, the only time you're really going to feel that effect is if you're escorting a great general. But then again, the difference in movement speed between a great general and your cavalry units is like 1 or 2, so it really isn't the best thing in the world. But yeah, that's why we have Genghis Khan at number 10. Number 9, we have Suleiman. Now, the top 20 and especially the top 10 are for the most part interchangeable. Let me know down below in the comments what order you guys would rank things in. Aside from, I think, maybe the top 2 or 3, like Suleiman could be 20th, some guy from the last video can be 5th. It's really interchangeable at this point. But my list, number 9, we have Suleiman. Exclusive unique governor. His name is Ibrahim, and he gives you massive combat bonuses, especially with siege units. Speaking of siege units, the Great Turkish Bombard, massive production towards siege units, which allows you to build catapults early on because catapults are still fairly expensive when you get them. Not to mention that the extra 5 combat strength against districts can be tremendous. And get this, conquered cities don't lose population. That is insane. You will have extra population, extra loyalty pressure. Did somebody say loyalty pressure? Because cities not founded by the Ottomans gain an extra amenity, and for loyalty, you will have absolutely zero amenity problems when playing with the onion hat man himself. Look at this guy's face, man. He knows, loyalty? Ha ha, plebs. But the Grand Bazaar is a pretty solid ability. An extra strategic resource for every different type of strategic resource is a unique ability, and it's pretty nice. The amenity for every luxury is tremendous, quite honestly. The Barbary Corsair is... I've never really played them because I usually play Suleiman on Pangaea maps, but they do seem to be a very strong naval unit. No movement speed to coastal raid, and it can only be seen by other naval raiders, and it reveals naval raiders. It's pretty decent, nothing too special. And to top it all off, we have the Janissary. It has a free promotion, stronger, and is cheaper than the Musketman, which it replaces. But if you train a Janissary in a city you own, it will lose 1 population. If it is a city not founded by the Ottomans, there is no debuff like that. So you have all this, a stronger, more promotions, a cheaper musketman that you can evolve into from swordsman. And the only drawback only affects maybe 4 or 5 of your cities, because like I said, build catapults with the Great Turkish Bombard, take out an early civilization, and use those cities to build Janissaries before wiping out the entire map. It is just so fun to play the Ottomans. But that is why I have them at number 9. Number 8, we have Frederick the Great, Barbarossa. An additional military policy slot is decent. The combat strength towards city-states is meh. Holy Roman Emperor isn't too good of an ability. If you have an early bad city-state, you could take them out fairly easily. Although most of the time it is more beneficial to keep city-states unless they spawn next to a natural wonder, for example. Free imperial cities extra district than usual based on the amount of population you have is a very good ability, allowing you to build Hanzas, commercial hubs, and campuses by the time you have 4 population, I believe. Yes, I think it's 4 population. It's incredible. And then the Hansa, a cheaper industrial zone that gets 2 production for every adjacent commercial hub, along with aqueducts, canals, and dam districts, production for each adjacent resource, and production for every 2 adjacent districts. You are going to have yield porn on Hansas. Seriously, you could post it on the hub. It's that incredible. You will easily have multiple Hansas with double-digit yields, and because of that, you can easily build spaceship parts in the late game so fast. Not to mention that because you can build extra districts, you can have campuses, commercial hubs, and industrial zones in like the first 30 or 40 turns of founding a city, which is incredible. Get all your buildings nice and quick. You'll have a very nice mix of money, science, and production, and you are one of the best civilizations when going for a science victory. The U-boat is just decent. Nothing really to write home about. It can be good, but you shouldn't really base your strategy around the U-boat. Next up, number 6. Is it number 6? 10, 9, 8. No, it's number 7, actually. We have Pakitoui. That is right, if I can find him. The enghis. Domestic trade routes give you food for every mountain. What? So you're telling me a trade route can give me 4 or 5 food easy? Not to mention that you gain a unique builder improvement, which allows you, it's pretty much what it is. It's like a mountain road type of thing. I forget what those are called. It lets units move into it and come out the other side. It does cost 2 movement speed, and it actually multiplies the gold from trade routes when passing through the mountains based on the amount of districts there are, and it cannot be pillaged, but that isn't even that good. Mita, their civilization ability, citizens may work mountain tiles, which start with 2 production and get food for every terrace farm. Now, what are terrace farms, you might ask? It's a builder ability. They provide 1 food and 1 housing for every 2 adjacent terrace farms. All right, 1 food for each adjacent mountain. Starting to get pretty good. 2 production for each adjacent aqueduct district. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And you receive production if adjacent to fresh water and not an aqueduct district. As well as more food the more you pass the age. You can easily have so many workable mountains, so many terrace farms. You will easily get 20 to 30 population in every single one of your cities, which you can use to transition into any victory type, culture, domination, science. It's up to you at this point. These dudes are the kings of early game population and production. Not to mention, with your mountain start bias, you will have a much easier time defending than you normally would, which sort of makes up for their lackluster unique unit. It replaces the skirmisher. It's like a scout replacement. It has an extra attack per turn. That sounds nice, but the entire skirmisher and scout line is just absolute garbage. You're going to have to hard build these unless you want to keep 5 or 6 scouts in reserve. But yeah, that's Pakitoui, number 7. Number 6, we have Siandiak. That is Siandiak, what's her? Korea, yes. Governors established provide 3 culture and science for every promotion, including the first. So you're telling me you can easily get 3 promotions in a governor early on. You can get a near 10% boost in the early game to science and culture. And then you have the 3 kingdoms. Mines receive science for each adjacent Siouan. Wow. Farms receive food if there is an adjacent Siouan. Wow. It's really nice. You're going to be able to get both food and science and allow you to grow your cities, increase your science output, and win the easiest science victory of your life. The Huaca, it's a field cannon replacement. It has high ranged attack strength, but it cannot move and attack in the same turn. This is a defensive unit. Once you get these out, you are impossible to take out, especially combined with your hill start bias. It's just impossible. You can't take out Korea. They're probably under Vietnam when it comes to how easy it is to take a civilization out, but they are still extremely formidable on the defense, especially with the Huaca. And last but not least, the piece de resistance. We have the Siouan. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. The Siouan gives you 4 science just like that. It has a little bit of a drawback. It has to be built on hills. Any hills will do, but I mean, you will be able to get at least 1 hill in every city. Come on now. And even if you can't, you're not retarded. You're not the AI. You can easily just settle near a hill and get that +4 science. It's incredible. However, it loses 1 science for each adjacent district. So what you want to do, you want to place the Siouans, place it in like an area with mines, build a butt ton of mines, build some farms, and you will get so much extra food and science, it isn't even funny. Korea is one of the best civilizations in the entire game, and there is a reason they are the only science civ in the game. Firaxis does not like adding science civs solely because it is absolutely broken, insane. If you have too much science, if you get a civ with too much science, you will easily boost through the tech tree, and it gives you the easiest path to domination and a science fig. It's just insane. But Firaxis did it, and they are definitely one of the better civs in the game, sitting at number 6. Number 5, we have Zhao III, the new Portuguese civilization that just came out. If you haven't played this, or if you haven't bought it, you need to get it. It is incredible. The amount of money. Turn 20, you will get a trade route worth 15 gold per turn. Turn 20. I'm playing a Portugal series right now, and I have 200 gold per turn before turn 100. That is insane. There are people who are getting thousands of gold per turn by the time it's turned to 150 or 200. International trade routes can only reach cities with harbors, but they get a 50% boost towards all yields, and traders have increased movement speed over water, and they can embark as soon as they are unlocked. The Porta de Cerco is the real incredible thing, though. Extra trade route capacity for every civilization met. Oh my god. The other abilities, the sight and open borders with city-states, is pretty useless. It's the trade route. You will automatically get so many trade routes. Along with the harbor, you should get at least 20 trade routes in a game. And if you have, theoretically, 30 civs like I'm doing in my Portugal campaign, which you should go check out, by the way. We did do an early war and took out Vietnam with warriors and archers. Incredible. But back to this. If you do a game with 30 trade routes, you can easily have 40 to 50 trade routes, providing 70 to 80 gold by the time the late game comes around. You do the math. It's absolutely ludicrous. Incredible. Magnifique, the amount of money you can get. It's absolutely incredible. The now lets you build Feitoras. It's a really good naval unit that starts with a promotion, less maintenance, not too bad, but the Feitoria gives you extra gold and production in an enemy civilization. You put it in an enemy civilization's coastal tiles adjacent to a resource, and you will get so much gold in production when trading with that cities. It's insane. It's not even the best part. Navigation schools gives you production towards naval units, great admiral points, and science for every adjacent lake or coast tile in the city. It is a university replacement, and all that extra science and production will allow you to go shoot towards a science victory. And the trade routes, remember, you get a 50% bonus towards all yields, not just gold. So once you get the good policies later on, giving you, science and gold for every trade route. Once you get alliances, once you get democracy, every trade route will give you double digits in gold, production, 20 science, 20 culture, massive production. It is absolutely insane. Portugal is one of the best science civs in the game, and with all the money they have, you can quite literally buy whatever you need. If you get the Governor Reina, you can get districts in every single city, anything you need. It is just insane, ludicrous. That is why I have them at number 5. Number 4, we have one of the OG civs, not really, but we have Alexander, who came out before New Frontier Pass, but he came out in an expansion pack. One of the best civs still in the entire game. First ability to World's End, cities do not incur war weariness, and all military units heal when capturing a city with a World Wonder. Oh my god. No war weariness is absolutely insane. People really don't understand this because it's sort of like a hidden mechanic, but the reason most of the time that you are losing massive amounts of loyalty in captured cities is because the war weariness cuts down your amenities, sometimes by even 4 or 5 amenities if you've been at war for so long. Especially against a civ like Gandhi. You can be losing so many amenities that your settled cities will start losing loyalty. It's insane, especially considering that a classical era golden age is very hard to come by. The war weariness will allow you to indirectly keep loyalty up, as well as keep combat strength, production, food, all that good stuff up. And capturing a world wonder, which you can definitely do at least twice per each civilization in the classical era, is incredible. All units everywhere will gain max health, and you don't have to spend 4 or 5 turns healing, and it will allow you to immediately move on to the next city, which will also indirectly help loyalty, because the quicker you can take out enemy civilizations, the less problem loyalty is going to be. It's not even his best ability. He has Hellenistic Fusion. When you conquer a city that isn't a free city, you get a Eureka for each campus or encampment, and Inspiration for each holy site or theater square. So each city on deity difficulty, you will be getting 3 Eurekas and Inspirations at least. for each city. Let's say 2, right? Let's say 2. Because the AI gets production bonuses towards these, and encampments, campuses, holy sites, theater squares. The only thing not counted is industrial zones, which come later than the classical era, so you don't even have to worry about those. The amount of eurekas and inspirations you get is insane. You can easily get 30 to 40 in any single game, allowing you to keep up your science and culture without even building campuses or theater squares. You have the Basilikoi Paides, a building unique to Macedon, replacing the barracks, giving you combat experience for all melee ranged and Hetairo units. Hetario, your unique horse unit. You also gain science equal to a quarter of the unit's cost when it is a non-civilian unit. And then all the normal stuff. It increases stockpiles. It replaces the stable, but you don't really need the stable as Macedon. This is insane. You can literally pump out units and get more science than you would from a campus. If a Hetairo is like 70 production, you will be getting 20-ish, about 18 production for every single Hetairo, 18 science, sorry. That's about 3 or 4 turns of science. Couple that with maneuver, you will be getting so much science, you'll be able to get, you don't even need campuses in Macedon. And we're not even talking about the unique unit. The Hypispist is a unique melee unit that gets 5 combat strength when besieging districts, and they also gain additional support bonus. So Hypispist, destroy, dismantle, disintegrate, discombobulate walls. It is absolutely insane. 2 shots from a Hypispist will delete walls, and the Hetairo might be even better. A heavy cavalry unit that replaces the horsemen, so you don't really have a light cavalry unit early on, but this is better for multiple reasons. Number 1, the heavy cavalry promotion tree is a lot better than the light cavalry one, and number 2, they upgrade into knights, which is a lot better than coursers, and you don't lose promotions when moving into coursers. You get 5 combat strength when adjacent to a great general, and you get 5 great general points when killing an enemy unit along with a free promotion. Wow. The strategy on Macedon is simple. You go ironworking, you go bronze working first, get your encampments and your unique barracks thing. Then you will go for Hetairo, horseback riding. And while you're building Hetairo, you will get Hypispists. Now, you do need horses and iron early on, so it is imperative you explore and get those techs early on. The first tech I would recommend is animal husbandry, then go into bronze working, get the iron and horses you need, go for the Hetairo, start building them, get the Hypispist, upgrade warriors into these Hypispist, and then you can easily dismantle anybody you want. It does take a while to set up. You won't really be at war until like turn 50 or 60, but it doesn't even matter at that point. The AI will still not have crossbowmen, and some of them will have walls, but again, walls don't matter as Macedon, and it doesn't matter how long it takes for you to destroy a city. You will heal immediately when you capture a wonder, and war weariness is non-existent. This is why I have Alexander at number 4. Number 3, we have Tamiris of Scythia, the OG domination killer. My god, is she incredible. You get 5 combat strength when attacking wounded units, which is 90% of the time, which is a massive amount, especially early on when people only have like 20, 25 combat strength. When you eliminate a unit, you heal 30 health. That is insane. When you have horsemen, you can easily make even riskier decisions, take out a unit, and literally heal for more damage than you took. If you attack a wounded unit that's about to die, you will get extra combat strength, and they will not do 30 damage to you. Even if it's a spearman, you will easily be able to heal more than you would otherwise. And then you have People of the Steppe. You receive a second light cavalry unit for every light cavalry unit trained. This is insane on so many levels. You literally get a 2-for-1 special Pizza Hut deal type of thing. It is incredible, and unlike Pizza Hut, this is actually a quality ability. Oh my god, 2 for every 1. Not only that, but also the strategic resource cost doesn't increase. 20 horses for each horseman unit. Saka Horse Archer is decent, but it really is not. You really shouldn't be building too many of these. Maybe like build 1 or 2, which like is technically 2 or 4 when you're playing Scythia. But normally you just want horsemen, beeline horseback riding, build 2 horsemen in each city, you'll have 8 horsemen. Go in, overrun the nearest civ, decimate them, boom, you're set up for the rest of the game. The Kurgan isn't really that good. You can use it to help get an early Pantheon, but I don't really see the reason to, because at that point you will, in all likelihood, almost have an early pantheon by the time you get the builder to get the Kurgan. You know, you want to use your builders to get horse resources early on, and you want to get settlers to get more horse resources. You can continue spamming out horsemen. But yeah, this is why Scythia is number 3. You can 5, 4, and 3. I really did not like Alexander, Portugal, and Tamiris. I didn't really know. Like, I was so, how do you say this? I didn't know who to put 5, 4, and 3. I woke up today and I literally think Alexander should be number 3 instead of Scythia. And then, like, I woke up 2 days ago and I thought Portugal should be number 3, Alexander should be number 5, Scythia should be number 4. You know, it's just interchangeable between 5 and 3. They are definitely the second tier of civs. Right now we are going to enter the first tier, and I'm sure you guys already know who is next. We have Simon Bolivar of Gran Colombia, the second best civ in the entire game. If he wasn't nerfed when he just came out, like a month after he came out, he would be number 1, but he is just absolutely incredible. Movement speed to all units, a free great general when you enter a new era, not to mention his ability stacks with the regular great general, so you will get 10 combat strength from great generals as Gran Colombia, and 2 extra movement speed because your unique ability gives you 1, and then your Commandante General doesn't give movement speed anymore, but the great general still does. So you'll have 4 movement speed swordsmen, or 6 movement speed horsemen. It is your choice at that point. Not to mention they have a horse to start bias, so you will easily get horsemen. The Commandante General is a great general with a special ability that is incredibly strong, whether it be an extra trade route, more loyalty, making a unit into a core, more combat strength, a promotion, anything you want. And the Lanero is even better. The unique cavalry replacement has a low maintenance cost and extra combat strength for each adjacent Lanero. Absolutely insane, and it fully heals when in range of a Commandante General that activates its retire ability, which means you can continue pressing the attack, stack up on your generals, get 4 or 5 by the time the industrial era comes around, upgrade your Laneros, and just go to town. Oh, they're low on health? Pop a Commandante General, fully heal, and fully get movement speed back, and then you can just continue the attack. And the Hacienda is underrated. Gold, production, housing, food. You literally do not need anything else from a unique tile improvement. Not to mention that every 2 adjacent plantations gives you more food and more production in plantations when adjacent to a Hacienda. It can only be built in plains, grassland hills, plains hills, but it is it is definitely worth it. One of the best unique abilities, unique improvements in the entire game. Everything in Gran Colombia's arsenal is incredible. Commandante General, movement speed, promotions, new general, Lanero, Hacienda, nothing short of excellent all around. But they are not number 1. No sir, no sir. Number 1, you all know, Hammurabi of Babylon. Where is this? There he is. Oh my god. He has the best beard. He is so dripped out. It's all gold. It is all gold and it is all real. It's insane. Each specialty district, except the government plaza, when constructed for the first time, gets the lowest production cost building. That's a free building. That's a potential free 7 or 8 buildings every single game. Not to mention, you also receive an envoy when any other district is constructed for the first time. So your first campus, you'll get a free library. Your second campus, you get an envoy. Third campus, envoy. You see how a little bit insane that could potentially be? And that isn't even all. Enuma and Enlil gives you all the science when you get a Eureka. Do you understand what that means? You go bombard rush. You will get bombards in the classical era. You don't need to get the prerequisites. You have to get, if you just get if you build 3 archers, you'll have crossbows. You build 2 crossbows, you'll have bombards. It is just that simple. They are the best civ in domination solely because they can get industrial era units in the classical era. The unique unit is decent. Extra combat strength against heavy and light cavalry units. They're pretty much a swordsman with less combat strength. They're a spearman without the combat penalty against swordsmen. It has 3 movement and sight. It's above average for sure, but it really isn't anything you want to base your games around. You don't want to build these units. You want to go and get bombards and cavalry and corsairs and potentially even infantry and then completely eliminate the entire world. You also have the Palgum, the best unique building in the entire game by far. Gives you housing and production, and also freshwater tiles get 1 extra food, but your city must be adjacent to a river, so keep that in mind. Just everything scream. Now, one of the things you have to be wary about, Hammurabi is not a science leader. No, sir. The negative 50% science penalty you get means that later on, when you're not getting Eurekas for the later texts like space parts and stuff, you will get a massive penalty when researching those texts. And if you're at the point where you can like build those texts in like 10, 15 turns anyways, at that point you probably have control of like the entire world, and going for a domination victory will just be easier. No, Babylon is a domination civ, and one of the best domination civs in the entire game. And really, just the best civ in the entire game is Hammurabi. That'll end not only this video, but this tier list, this ranking of all civs. I hope each and every one of you enjoyed. Let me know down below what you guys thought, what your thinking is. In my personal opinion, numbers 10 through 3 can be really interchanged how you want them. They're all incredible civs. Although number 2 and number 1 is Hammurabi and Grand Columbia. No doubt I will sit on this hill and I will die on this hill. They are the best civs in the entire game, with Babylon taking the number 1 spot. If you guys enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe. Did I tell you guys to subscribe? Because that is something you should definitely consider. We have plenty more content coming out. I have a definite special surprise coming out in the next week or two that I know each and every one of you is going to enjoy. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.